and welcome to episode 63 of Bitches of Horror.
And in this episode, we're going to talk about Korean films.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've always been a big fan of Korean horror films, especially because they're just amazing. Like, and Koreans know how to do it.
Yeah, and the stories are usually very good and quite odd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's get started.
With Dead Friend or The Ghost from 2004 by Tae Kyung Kim. I don't know, how would you say it?
I would say Tae Kyung Kim.
Yeah.
Maybe. From Korea. And this was actually like one of my favorite Korean horror films back in the day, like in 2004, 2005-ish. I don't know, this one just kind of like hit me and it came out of nowhere, and it wasn't that known, I don't think.
No, this was the first time watching it for me, so it was very unknown to me.
I've seen it many times, but it's probably been about 7 or 8 years since I saw it last. So I kind of didn't remember it, but as soon as I started, I was like, oh yeah, of course, yeah. This is about a girl who has an accident and she can't really remember much. And things start to unveil. Weird things are happening.
Normal things are happening, yeah.
And then, this girl shows up who's her friend from high school, and she's like, oh, stuff's been going on, and it's whatnot. And then it kind of unveils the story.
Yeah.
And, I still find it good.
It is good, but I found it to be a bit slow sometimes and kind of boring in the middle. I think the beginning was good, and towards the end it was very good when everything was starting to
show itself,
show and how it really is. But the middle part was just a bit too slow, and it dragged down the film a bit for me. But as Jasmine said, when you rewatched it a bit and you see things in a different way and you notice more details, then maybe the film gets better. So I've only seen it once, so maybe
I don't know.
I'll like it more if I see it a second time.
I quite liked it. I think I liked it more the first time I saw it, but this time I actually felt that it looked a little bit TV movie-ish. I love the story. I still love the story. But like I told Sarah, that there are so many details that you don't notice when you don't know the ending. And it's sort of like all that like Old Boy. Old Boy is the same way. The first time you watch it, you don't notice these small things, and then when you watch it again, it's like, whoa, okay, there was all this stuff. And it's the same in this film, that there are so many small details that you notice when you know the ending, and that I feel was very cool now watching it, kind of not remembering it and then kind of remembering it and then like, oh, whoa, okay, yeah, that,
And I also do like that you really don't know what's going on. You don't know if she's lying or she's telling the truth, or does she remember anything? Doesn't she? And I like that feeling. Like, I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to think.
Mindfuck.
Yeah.
It's Tessie's all over again.
I do like that, yeah.
I do think it's a cozy, classic Asian horror film. It kind of feels that way. Like, it's, a lot of Asian horror films are quite mellow. I know I can understand what you're saying, that you think it's too slow and whatnot. I don't know. This film kind of has like a special place in my heart because it was one of the first, not first, but it was like one of my favorite Asian horror films when I was really into Asian horror films. I do think that the acting is really good.
Yeah, me too. Good acting, yeah.
So.
Especially from a girl, she was in a mental institute. She was very good.
Yeah. So I mean, overall, I still enjoy it. It's not as good as the first time I saw it, but I think it's still a solid film. So for me, I give it an 8 out of 10.
I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
6?
It's still good. Anything above 4 is okay, and yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So moving on to The Wailing from 2016 by Hong Yin-ya. Yeah, I suck at this. I'm so sorry.
I mean, I'm not good at Korean. I'm not at all.
Yeah, but you know Japanese.
Yeah, it's not the same.
No, but maybe you can pronounce it better. I mean,
yeah. This one's really hard to kind of say what it's about, but it's about a sickness that starts occurring in a village, and they're trying to figure out what's the cause of it, basically.
Yeah.
People are going crazy.
This film is just too long. It is. It's like 2.5
Really?
hours.
It is really long.
And it feels, to me, when I watched it the first time, it's just too long. Some
I don't
scenes
know.
could have been cut down without hurting the story at all.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true, but I don't know. I really enjoyed this film for different reasons.
Yeah, I did like it though, but just too long. But I did like that it also is a mindfuck.
Yeah, this
You
one's
don't,
super. You
towards
have
the
no
end,
fucking
you don't
idea
know
what's
what to
going on.
believe. One side is telling this, and then you're like, okay, I will go this side, and then another side tells you no, it's like this, and you're like, wow, what's this character gonna do?
I think that this film is like, it's visually stunning. Like, it's so beautiful. The acting in this as well is very good. Especially, I can't remember his name now, but the Japanese man who plays the Japanese man in the film, the guy, the hermit who lives alone. He's like, I love him. He's just so evil in a way. Like his face.
The acting is very solid.
Yeah.
From everyone involved.
And it's just the fact that this film is such a thinker. Like, even when it ends, this is one film that ends with such an open ending that you don't know. And what for me, like with these films that I really enjoy, is reading other people's theories. And,
I also love that.
Yeah, and like after this film ended, I was like, yo, I
have to.
Yeah, it's like ending what happened, you know. And there were all these different theories, and you're like, oh my god, I didn't think about it that way. It could be like that, and it could be like this. And especially because this film is a little bit religious, it's like Korea is pretty much, you know, there's the Korean Buddhism thing going on there, and then there's a lot of Christianity in Korea. Mm-hmm. So it's really mixed, and I think that this film kind of brings that forward. And it's very...
But it is visually stunning, though.
Yeah, it is.
And I love the
so
scenes with all the rain.
Mm.
It really enhances the feeling and the mood of the film.
Yeah,
I think.
The sound as well, like not just the music, but like the sound effects.
Small
really,
sound details.
Amazing. This film just like really caught me off guard, and I was just like, whoa. I watched this right after I watched Train to Busan, which also is a very good film, very different but very good. But yeah, I was just like, whoa, what is this? It's like a whole different type of mindfuck. Yeah, it definitely deserves a watch. I know it's long, so do it on a day when you don't have much to do, but yeah.
But do watch it though.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll give this a 7 out of 10.
Me too, 7 out of 10.
Moving on to Ice Water Death from 2010 and by Yi-won Kim. That's the best I can do.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Okay.
And this
is a kind of becoming a classic almost.
I guess, maybe.
Yeah, it's well known, and the story is about a man. He works as a cop or detective, and his wife or fiance or girlfriend gets murdered, and then he goes and gets revenge on this man. And the story is really good. Yeah, it's so many twists and turns, and you don't really know what to expect. And the main guy, I can't remember his name.
Choi Min-suk, or
the hot one. Yeah, the one who's
an old boy
doing the revenge.
Okay, no, I don't know him.
Yeah, but he was in a Bittersweet Life, and I think he's a well-known Korean actor. Mm. But he's really fantastic in this one. He's just facial expressions and being like stone cold 1 minute and then very emotional the next one just got to me. Mm. It really did.
I mean, my favorite Choi Min-suk is in this. You might
he's
know
really
him
good
as,
also. And he just looks like a bad evil man.
He's just so good. Like, he is definitely one of my favorite actors of all time. Like he can play
everything.
Crazy, he can play sweet,
everything.
he can play nice, he can play anything. Like,
and in this one,
and his craziness is just off the charts in this film. Like, he's just so disturbing and evil.
Just like
pure
by
evil.
One look, just by looking. He doesn't even have to do anything with his face. Just his eyes say a lot.
He's really good with like facial expressions, even without like just eye expression. He's just amazing. He's fantastic. I just have to say that. Oof, I love him.
And this is a very brutal film.
Brutal,
also.
stunning,
beautiful,
good story. Acting is so good from everyone.
Yeah, it's like it's very clean and just effective, and I love this film.
Yeah,
I really do.
It's very disturbing and very raw. It's very like even though it's stunning, it's still like dark and gritty.
Yeah, because when it ends, it's
dirty.
Yeah, and it made me feel like not awful, but just it made me feel so
empty,
much for just made me feel so much for certain characters.
Yeah,
and just this is how a revenge film is supposed to be. Yeah,
it's really good. I mean, Western film really needs to take a look at Asian film, and a mixture of two would be really good.
Yeah,
I mean, don't do The Grudge remake because that was absolutely horrible. But even though I'm not from, but I've lived in Japan, and Japan is my second home. Korean horror is like probably my favorite out of all Asian horror.
I think
there are
Japanese
really good Japanese ones.
Yeah, but Japanese and Korean definitely.
The thing is with Japanese, there are so many shit films as well. Like, I mean, there probably are in Korea too. I just haven't seen them yet, but I think overall Korea has a better rate of good films.
Yeah,
they really know what to do with their cinematography. Like,
and,
so good.
And the story.
Yeah.
The stories are so good, so effective.
So yeah, for I Saw the Devil, it's 9 out of 10.
Me too, 9 out of 10.
Such a good film.
Amazing.
If you haven't seen any of the old ones, or like old, but the classic ones, The Tale of Two Sisters, and there's Phone.
Oh yeah, Phone. That was a long time ago.
And there's like all these really good ones right now. It's just my head is.
Yeah.
Is Cello? I think Cello is Korean. I'm not
sure.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are many good ones. Yeah. Maybe it's not. Can't remember.
We need to make another episode based on Korean horror.
So many good ones.
But we also have a short film from Korea.
We do.
Yeah, and it's called Human Form, from 2014 by Doyeon No.
So cute.
Doyeon. That's right.
So this film is about plastic surgery, which is very current in Korea, considering that the majority of the country is getting plastic surgery.
Yeah, I felt like when watching the short film that it felt very real.
Yeah.
In some way, yeah.
I mean, I've seen it when I was living in Japan. There were a lot of like news things about plastic surgery in South Korea and how it's becoming a problem because people are starting to look like each other, like actually look like each other, because people go into the plastic surgeon and say, I want to look like her. And then everyone looks like her.
Isn't it also that people are getting these operations and they look so different, and then they have kids? I've heard stories like they have kids and the kids doesn't look like them at all. And I don't know. There's been many crazy stories around.
There's a lot of
operations.
Yeah. In Korea, they have a lot of arranged marriages, so you kind of go to like, it's like speed dating, but for marriage. And when you go, you have to bring a picture of yourself as a child.
Oh, it has come to that.
Yeah,
wow.
Because so many people get plastic surgery when they have kids. They're like, what is that? I mean, I didn't sign up for that.
Whoa.
I mean, even like my Korean friends that I went to school with in Japan, they were like, yeah, I was struggle. I did this. Not even only the girls. I mean, the girls and the guys. Everyone gets plastic surgeries. I saw in the news there was this girl. Her mother was like, yeah, her nose needs a fix. Whose mother says that? I mean, come on. So
harsh.
Yeah, this is very current, anyways.
Okay. Yeah, but I got the feeling from watching this short film.
Yeah.
And it does a really good job pointing it out. Yeah, the pressure and everything.
It's a very scary film, not in like a kind of way, but
in a
mentally,
way. Yeah,
psychologically scary.
Because these kind of
where
weird
faces going,
faces appear, and the makeup is really good.
So good.
Yeah,
I mean it looks weird, but it's supposed to look weird, but it just blends in.
It blends in. That's the thing. It blends in, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I did like, in the beginning, there was a little girl who was drawing, and those drawings were so cool. They looked like the Powerpuff Girls on acid. Very cool. So that's a cool detail.
Yeah. This one is up on YouTube. Yeah, I think it was YouTube, and we'll post a link of it so you can watch it because it's very good. It's like 9 minutes, I think.
Yeah, something like
6,
that.
9 minutes, something like that. And very, you need to watch it.
Yeah, the
It's very
main
good.
character, the girl, she's very good and convincing, and her emotions. She doesn't need to say anything. You can like read her expressions really well.
Yes.
So I would give this an 8 out of 10.
I think I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. I really enjoy this.
Yeah.
It's a good film. Yeah, Koreans, I love
They
their
do know how to make films.
They do.
Horror films.
Yeah. So, you know, if you have any Korean films you want to recommend to us, let us know. I know Matt Frick, he has a lot of them. He also loves Korean films. There's movies like Breathless and I can't remember what they're called now in English. But there's so many films that are so good, so you need to check out Korean film if you haven't yet. That's it for this episode.
So thanks for watching and keep liking and sharing our stuff.
Yeah, and stay horrific.
Bye.
Bye.